My name is Mary Rose S. Pachuncela.
Good day, I am Hannah Amnakwa and we'll be discussing about the internet and the World Wide Web. So, what is the internet? The internet is a global network of interconnected computers, servers, phones, and smart appliances that communicate with each other using the transmission control standard to enable a fast exchange of information and files along with other types of services. So the internet is a global hub of computer networks, a network of connections wherein users at any workstation may receive data from every other system and often interact with users working on other computers. So, internet infrastructure comprises optical fiber data, transmission cables or copper wires, as well as numerous additional networking infrastructures such as local area networks or LAN, wide area networks or WAN, metropolitan area networks or MAN, and etc. So, sometimes wireless services such as 4G and 5G or Wi-Fi necessitate similar physical cable installations for internet access. So, how was the internet developed? So, the internet was first envisioned in the form of ARPANET by the Advanced Research Project Agency or ARPA of the US government in 1969. So, the initial goal was to create a network that would enable users of a research computer at one institution to communicate with research computers at another institution. Since communication can be sent or diverted across several directions, ARPANET could continue to operate even if a military strike or any other calamity damages portions of the network. How does data travel on the internet? So, when you open a browser and go to a web page, data is traveling through the internet to a server to get the content. It then travels back to serve you that content on your computer. But how does the data travel on the internet really? I mean, how does it go to a server and back that fast? Imagine you want to deliver a food from a restaurant to your house. So from the restaurant, the delivery rider will go to your house. So based on this example, there are important factors that are needed in order to receive your food. First is the driver, the motorcycle, the road, and the address of the receiver. So the internet is the same. We send something, there's a path, and there's an address. So the most important here is the path. It is what we call internet cable. Specifically, it is what we call fiber cable. That thin strand right here is what we call optical fibers. It is usually made of plastic or glass. They are called optical fibers because they transmit a data like pictures, videos, etc. as light impulses like here. So optical fibers transmit data faster than the traditional copper wires. Now, if we don't have internet cable, your pictures, videos, messages will not be delivered to the recipient. So if the internet cable is the road, how can we ensure that our pictures, videos, or emails will be received by the right recipients and not to strangers? So this is where the Internet Protocol or IP address will come in. So Internet Protocol is a protocol or a set of rules for routing and addressing packets of data so that they can travel across network and arrive at the correct destination. So in simple words, it is the address of your phone or your computer in the internet. So the internet service provider like Smart, Globe, PLDT is the one who will assign it automatically to your device. They base on the IP address where they send our data. So in fact, the servers of the websites like Google, Facebook, YouTube are the same. They also have IP addresses, but because of them having a lot of servers, each server has different addresses. So now that you understand the basic concept, let's dive deeper on how does data travel on the internet. For example, you need to send a video to your friend using a Gmail. So if you're connected to a Wi-Fi, the video will go to the router from your phone as a radio wave. If you're using data, your video will go to the nearest tower of your area as a radio wave also. And if you're using a computer that is connected through internet cable, your video will go to the router. So from your phone or your computer, your video is not exactly the one who will travel as a radio wave. The video will split into packets that contains informations where it from and where to send it. So data packet in networking, a packet is a small segment of larger message data sent over computer networks such as the internet is divided into packets. So these packets are recombined by the computer or device that receives them. So the packets uses binary codes. This is the language of our devices from the router or tower. The packets now will travel to the internet hub. So hub is a hardware device used at the physical layer to connect multiple devices in the network. So the example of hub is PLDT hub. So the internet hub is like an international airport. They are connected to the internet cables around the earth. And now because we use Gmail, from the internet hub, the packets will travel to the nearest server of Google because Gmail is part of Google. So what is server? A server is a computer or a system that provides resources, data, services, or programs to other computers, known as clients over a network. So server is where the website is stored. Millions of data like video, pictures, audios are stored in the servers. So, and now the two nearest servers in our country is in Hong Kong and Taiwan. And so let's say our packets will travel to the Hong Kong server. Question: does your friend already receive your video? No, because it's still on the server. your friend need to download your video, and after he clicked the download button, his phone will send a request in the form of packets also to the Google server. Then after the packets arrive at the server of Google will receive the request of wanting to download the video. Then the Google server will send the video in a form of packets to your friend. The packets of your video will travel again from Hong Kong server to the internet hub, then router, then from the router, the packets of your video will travel to your phone as a radio wave. Then the phone will assemble the packets so that it will become a video. Interesting, right? So sometimes when our computer connection is slow, the video is damaged and corrupted because the other packets didn't reach the phone. So this is what internet cables so now this is what internet cables looks like. So the colored lines here are the internet cables around the world. So this is why it is called internet or internetwork, because we are connected through internet cables. So the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web, usually called the web for short, is a collection of different websites you can access through the internet. A website is made up of related text, images, and other resources. Websites can resemble other forms of media like newspaper articles or television programs, or they can be interactive in a way that's unique to computers. So the purpose of a website can almost be anything: a news platform, an advertisement, an online library, a forum for sharing images, or an educational site like us. Once you are connected to the internet, you can access and view websites using a type of applications called a web browser. Just keep in mind that the web browser itself is not the internet. It only displays websites that are stored on the internet.
So, who invented the web? In 1989, web was invented by Sir Timothy John Berners-Lee, an English computer scientist best known as the inventor of the World Wide Web, the HTML, markup language, the URL system, and the HTTP. Also, it is a technical innovation that enabled computers to share information with each other through hypertext. What is web page? Web page is a document written in hypertext, also known as HTML, that you can see online using a web browser. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is a standard markup language for creating any documents that can be displayed on the web. For example, techgbuzz.com is a website, and the page you are currently reading is the web page. Let us take an example of a book. A website is like a book, and the web page in a website are similar to the pages in a book. So, what are the difference between web page and website? Web page is a web page. So, what are the difference between web page and website? Web page would be a specific Wikipedia article that focuses on one topic like digital marketing. Example of this are graphics, video content, text, and etc. While the website is a combination or collection of web pages grouped together, often handled by a person or an organization, which can be accessed anywhere and anytime by anyone. So example of the website are Flipkart.com, Nika.com, Amazon.com, and many more. is Internet of Things or IoT. The Internet of Things refers to the billions of physical devices around the world that are now connected to the Internet and all collecting and sharing data. The term IoT is mainly used for devices that wouldn't usually be generally expected to have an internet connection and that can communicate with a network independently of human action. An example of IoT or Internet of Things are smartwatch or fitness band, and other wearable devices might be counted as an IoT device. Impact of ICT in a society. So there are positive and negative impact of ICT in the world. First is positive impact. Access to information. Possibly the greatest effect of ICT on individuals is the huge increase in access to information and services that has accompanied the growth of the internet. Some of the positive aspects of this increased access are better and often cheaper. Cheaper communication such as via IP phone and instant messaging. In addition, the use of ICT to access information has both new opportunities for leisure and entertainment. The facility to make contacts and form relationships with people around the world, and the ability to obtain goods and services from a wider range of suppliers. Second is improved access to education. Distance learning and online tutorials are new ways of learning and interactive multimedia and virtual reality. New job opportunities, flexible and mobile working, virtual offices, and jobs in the communication industries. So the third one is new tools and new opportunities. ICT has a big impact on the world. It gives access to new tools that did not previously exist. A lot of these are tied into the access to information mentioned above, that there are many examples of standalone ICT system in the world. So let's proceed to negative impact of ICT. So first is job loss. One of the largest negative effect of ICT can be the loss of a person's job. This has both economic consequences, loss of income, and social consequences, loss of status and self-esteem. Job losses may occur for several reasons, including manual operations being replaced by automation, and also robots replacing people on an assembly line. So the second one is reduce personal interaction. Being able to work from home is usually regarded as being a positive effect of using ICT, but there can be a negative aspects as well. Most people need some form of social interactions in their daily lives, and if they did not get the chance to meet and talk with other people, they feel isolated and unhappy. So the third one is reduce physical activity. A third negative effect of ICT is that users may adopt a more sedentary lifestyle. This can lead to a health problems such as obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Many countries have workplace regulation to prevent problems such as repetitive strain injury or eye strain. But lack of physical exercise is rarely addressed as a specific health hazard.